This is David with Inspire Precision, and in today's video we're going to be revisiting the Umarex Komplete NCR conversion to high pressure air. If you watched our last video on the Umarex Komplete NCR, I'll link it right here for you. If you watched that video, you saw that we went from these disposable high pressure air cylinders, and I made a fitting, and we were able to hook up a buddy bottle and a hose to power the rifle, and we got amazing results, very consistent results with what you would get with the disposable bottles. So one thing that came out of that was that's really not practical. Unless you're just sitting on a bench and just shooting, you're not going to be taking a buddy bottle out with you. You're not going to have an adapter. You don't want a hose on your rifle. It really defeats the purpose of buying this rifle in the first place. You would have bought something else anyway. So the next step in the design process was taking that fitting that I made, kind of redesigning it and making another fitting instead of having just a quick disconnect fitting on it. Went right to a Notos bottle. I have a lot of these Notos bottles just sitting around from the conversions that I have done in the past. So I took this Notos cylinder here, and one thing to note that I did do is I removed all the regulator internals. I don't think this cylinder has enough volume in it to get as many shots as one of the disposable cylinders. We're going to see that when we do the chronograph testing later on in the video. But I don't think it has enough volume in it. So I took all the regulator internals out of this. I actually cut O-ring grooves in the back half of this cap, because the O-ring grooves that seal it are actually in the regulator body itself, and I just took those, made exactly the same O-ring grooves in the body of the cap, and put the O-rings that are in the regulator right on the cap. Now this was able to seal. I made a post in the community page. We had this pressure testing for a while just to see if it would hold air, and it did hold air. So the next step was to get it out in front of the chronograph and see some results. This rifle, really the only difference with this rifle as opposed to the rifle I tested last time, this rifle is the 177 version. So we're talking different speeds and a little bit different shots per cylinder on that. I am going to be using the Crosman Premier Hollow Point 177s. These are the 7.9 grain. So we're going to get right out in front of the chronograph, and we are going to see what results we actually get. Is this going to be practical for somebody to do? Probably not even. Again, if you want a refillable gun, you're probably not going to buy the Umarex Komplete anyway. It's really just not the rifle for you. There's dozens and dozens of other rifles that are probably better suited. But if this is the first rifle that you got into because it was so easy just to buy the cylinders, throw them away when you're done, put a new one in, and maybe you wanted some more functionality out of the rifle that you already own, maybe this is the only one that you have, you know, this could be an option, and I'm just here to show you the options. This might not be practical at all for anybody, and that's okay. I just like messing around. If you want to see more of me messing around, doing crazy builds like this, experimenting with things, why don't you hit that subscribe button and make sure you are on top of our release schedule going forward. And if you like this kind of video, make sure you hit that like button so I know to make more videos. It's always nice to get some comments down below to tell me what you think. So if you feel compelled to leave a comment, make sure you do that too. Enough of the talking. Let's get outside, we'll sit in front of that chronograph, and we'll get some actual results out of this conversion. Alright, sitting here in front of the chronograph, we are going to be testing out this Notos cylinder. So just want to show you guys the fill level. See that fill level there? That's where we're starting at. And we're going to see how many shots we can get on this Notos cylinder. Alright, let's start here. $1,003, $1,004, $1,006, Air 2, $1,006, $1,011, $1,001, $1,006, $1,007, $1,006, $1,003, okay, that was our last shot. So that's 12 rounds of these 177 pellets. Let's get another magazine in. $776. $995. $1,002. $1,007. $1,001. $1,006. $1,000. $1,008. $1,003. $1,001. $1,004, $1,008, and $1,001. That was our 24th shot. Let's load up a couple more magazines and see what we rounded out with. Third magazine. $994. $1,001. $1,000. $997. There 2. $997. $1,002. $1,000. $999. $999. $1,001. $1,001. Okay, that was 36 shots. Let's get this mag in. I don't expect I'll get any more than a fourth mag. Let's find out. $993. $997. $984. $977. $967. $958. $951. And error 2. $929. Error 2. See, we got 2 more rounds in this mag. $899, and the 48th round, $871. Safety on. Mag out. So At the end of that, after 4 magazines, you can see that we've got a pressure of just over 1,000 psi. So with 1,000 psi and still getting 871 feet per second on this, I think every one of those 48 shots would be good, accurate shots. So I'm going to degas, and we're going to put in a nitro air cylinder, and we're going to see what kind of speeds we get and how many shots we get. Okay, we've got our nitro air cylinder installed. The box says we should get about 45 absolutely good shots. That should be almost identical to our Notos cylinder here. Let's find out. Alright. $1,010. $1,004. $1,014. $1,010. $1,010. $1,011. $1,011. $1,013. $1,007. $1,006. $1,010. $1,008. That was our last shot of the first mag. Next mag. 1,009. 1,011. 1,007. 2,005. 998. 1,011. 1,004. 1,000. 1,007. 1,001. 1,004. 1,010. Let's load up 2 more mags and see what else we got. That sun's really coming in, but it is a welcome thing. Heat us up a little bit out here. It's maybe about 50 degrees right now. Let's see what we get with the full 48 shots. $9.99. 1,005. 1,007. 1,008. 1,004. 1,006. 1,009. 1,007. 1,001. 1,012. 1,007. 1,005. That rounds out 36 shots. Last mag. 1,013. 1,005. 1,010. Here 3. 1,002. 1,004. 1,004. 993. 985. 973. 965. 962. Okay, that was our 48th round. You probably could load up another magazine and still get maybe a few shots more above 900 and getting down into the 800s. And depending on where your point of impacts are, you might be able to shoot a complete magazine additionally. bringing up the round count to 60 rounds. You're going to have to decide that if you've got your NCR with the nitro air bottles. Why don't we go inside? I'll do a quick review and give my final thoughts on this project. Alright, so I hope that you can see now that whether we were shooting this refillable cylinder from the Notos or whether we were shooting the nitro air bottles, I think that you can see that the consistency, the feet per second between the two, was spot on. And when you consider the shot count, it was almost identical between the two. I think taking the regulator out of this cylinder was the right decision to increase the volume of the Notos cylinder to more closely match the volume of the disposable nitro air cylinders. That was a good call on my part. The results were very consistent in speed and shot count. So that really explains all that you need to know about our little conversion. It's not very practical. The people that are buying this rifle want it for the ease of use. They want to be able to throw a few of these disposable nitro air cartridges, bottles, you know, cylinders, whatever you want to call these. You want to throw them in a backpack. They want to be able to shoot. They want to be able to throw it away. They want to be able to put another cartridge in. That is the purpose of this rifle. But like I said before, because I like messing around with stuff, I couldn't leave it alone. And this is something that I think is kind of neat that I came up with, and I hope you enjoyed it too. That's really gonna wrap it up for the part 2, I guess you could say, of the Umarex Komplete NCR with the Notos cylinder conversion. I think we had extremely good results in front of the chronograph. If you had the equipment in order to make that adapter, take the regulator out, recut that O-ring groove, that's something that you could do as well. Maybe I would bring this adapter to market in the future, but unless you have a lathe and you can take the regulator out and cut O-ring grooves for this end cap, I don't really think that you're going to be getting the same functionality, because the cylinder will have reduced volume from the regulator assembly still being in the cylinder. So, well, I might bring this to market sometime if I could get enough interest in it. Maybe there's enough people that want to buy something like this that don't have the capability to make it themselves. Maybe you guys would cope with the reduced shot count of having the regulator assembly still in this cylinder. That's really going to wrap it up for this one. I probably won't revisit this one. I think this is going to be the pinnacle of my conversion. There's not really much further to go unless you just wanted to put a bigger cylinder on it. I really am not going to pursue that. I think that this conversion was an absolute success. I want to hear what you think down below. I will have a poll going in the community page. If you want to leave a comment on that poll, what do you prefer? Do you prefer a refillable cylinder on your rifles, or did you buy an NCR just for the convenience of having a throwaway nitro air bottle? Why don't you make sure you head over to that page and let me know. Thanks for watching this episode. I recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and I could not have done it without the awesome support of the community and the people that are watching these videos. I just want to give you guys all a shout out and say you are awesome, and thank you so much for sticking with us. It's been a wild ride while I've been doing this. I can't express my gratitude enough for you guys that are really along with me on this journey and making it happen. So I just want to say thank you. This was David with Inspire Precision, and I want to remind you to break out of your comfort zone, learn a new skill, and have a great day.